back. What's happening, my folks? What's happening, my people? Welcome back to another week of Twisted Transitions. This is the weekly update podcast, what a Q&A session, whatever you'd like to call it, that we do here on this channel. So, first thing we like to do is do a sound check. So please let me know in the chat whether or not the sound is good and everything sounds great. I don't have any lags before I jump in to what we have going on this week and what we had going on prior to. I got a lot of stuff to catch you guys up on. All right, can you hear me okay, guys? Yeah, okay, there we go, starting to get it. All right, appreciate it, guys. All right, so moving forward, let's just dive right into it. First, thank you guys for being in here. Thank you guys for always coming out and supporting. Let me jump into what has transpired over the past, I'd probably say almost 7 days, since last Saturday. So I had a wedding on last Saturday. No big deal, right? So I had a wedding and it was in Augusta and it was extremely hot, guys. It was extremely hot. It was ceremony was outside and the reception and everything was, of course, inside. And I wasn't particularly happy with the layout and everything was good, but I wasn't really happy about how things were motioning. Like I guess I get spoiled by doing events and stuff here. And what happens is, you know, I'm used to the coordinators here. I'm used to the dinner staff here. I'm used to, you know, a lot of vendors and stuff here. So when I go to another area and, you know, everything's just kind of off. So I didn't really have someone to fully keep me in line. It was just kind of like, yeah, we'll do it in a little bit, but no time frame. Yeah, we'll go over here, but no time frame. Yeah, I'll line them up for you, but I don't know the listing of who all is going to be in line, so I'm just going to line them up in this order. And it was just crazy. However, it did turn out well. It did turn out well. I will say that there was one thing that in particular that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Let me show you guys. I took a picture of this just so I could bring it to the channel here. So let me make sure I did this right and we'll take a look at it together. So if you can see here, this is the place. This is the old medical college of Georgia, of Augusta. And I love how they have this upper part here, like this part that you go up the stairs, and then there's pretty much a room for me and a room for people who just want to chat and stuff like that. In that right corner, they had seating and chairs and sofas and everything in that right corner, which was pretty cool. I usually don't get to see that at most events, but the issue that I had, I don't know if it's highlighting this on there for you, was this bright light that's shining right here. I don't know if you guys see that. It's a bright light that is just shining directly at me. And it was from the videographers. Now, let me just tell you this. The videographers and everything were fantastic. Loved them to death. They were fantastic. But this bright light, they had this one, and there was one right beside my booth. And it took away from how the lighting looked and stuff in there. So when I was doing my light show and everything on, you know, it was flashing on them, but it didn't look as good as if it was almost completely dark in there. And the uplights that are around the room that you see were done by another company. They came in and they just kept them static. You know, my uplights, I would have made the colors and stuff different, but they just kind of kept them static. But for the most part, the room and stuff was fantastic, but that bright light right there was taken away. So when they finally shut them off, you guys will see in the video, which I've just got finished editing, you'll see the difference of when that light's on and when that light's off, and it's like night and day. So it it did suck. It really did suck. But like I said, they were still great people. I didn't have a problem and stuff with them at all. They were still great to work with. Now, my setup looked like this was the setup and everything that I used. Now, you guys, when you see this here, this is the last time that I will be using this setup. Now, I say that because I'm just going to change one thing, and it'll change this whole setup here. I like the fact that the Maui 44s are where they are. I like the facade, how it looks. I like the light stands and stuff right behind it. But that tree that you see there, I just couldn't get over the fact that I just totally disliked that. I hated it being there. I hate light trees. That's why I don't like the Wash FX bars or whatever those Chauvet bars and stuff that they have. I can't stand those things. So I had to use this because I had no way of getting my Chauvet Wash FX 2s up. So I brought this as an alternative, and I just didn't like it. So what I did was I added 2 more totems that should be here soon. And what we're going to start doing is just using, if I need to do a light show like this again, we're just going to use 4 totems. I'm going to put the Wash FX next to me, and the Focus Box 4Zs are going to be on the taller totems on the back. The totems I got will also accompany a TV, so if I had to put a TV on it, they will work too. Once I get them in, test them, I will give you guys a link to where, if you like how they look, I'll give you a link so you can go check them out and use them at your own will. But that was how everything was set up there. So all in all, it was a great gig. Brad enjoyed it. They went and did an after party and stuff afterwards, but they really, really enjoyed it. So can't complain. Then fast forward to Monday. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have had Monday gigs or have done Monday gigs in the past. I've done a Tuesday. I think this was my first Monday. I've done Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But this was my first Monday. I don't have any pictures and stuff from it, but if you followed me on Instagram, then you saw the craziness that was outside. Now, we're outside in June. And let's see, I think the high that day was 98. And even though and this was in Charleston, South Carolina, so I went from Augusta all the way up to Charleston. And you would think that being in the water, it would make a difference. It didn't. There was no breeze. It was still heat. The trees provided little to none for shade. And I was dying out there, guys. I'm not going to lie. Like, they had a room where the bar was that you can go in and you can get some AC and stuff from. And I tried to stay in there as much as I can. But my whole setup was outside. I put up lights and everything there because she ordered up lights. So I had up lights and stuff against the house and everything there. I had my setup was on like the pad and stuff in the back. And then I had up lights on the inside. And, even during the ceremony, I mean, sweat was just everywhere. I was just trickling sweat everywhere. It was crazy. And I had a fan and everything with me as well, but it really didn't help. It didn't. It was just blowing hot air, and it wasn't giving me any reprieve. Inside, anytime I had a chance to go inside, that's the only time it would give me just a little break from that heat. But I got there about 1:30. Everything started at like 5. I got there super early because I'd never been there before, and I didn't know the load in. Good thing I did, because the load in that they wanted me to do was like, it was super far away, and it was down a path, like you had to turn, and I just went with that. So I asked them if I could use the loading area that was right next to where everything else was setting up, and she told me yeah. So that part of it was good. It was smooth sailing and stuff once I got it in there, and once the sun finally set, it wasn't as bad. But even when I was taking down my equipment, it was brutal. It was brutal. I mean, 97, and even at night, it was still like 80, 87 degrees. Like it dropped down, but it was still like scorching hot. So we made it through that. Everybody out there was pouring sweat, and was having a great time drinking on a Monday. It was interesting, but they had a great time. It was an older crowd, so I got a chance to see if I'm still capable of playing 80s and 90s, which that's what they wanted, 80s and 90s, and still giving people a good time. And it was great. I was doing some mixes and stuff that I think I want to bring out in some upcoming gigs. I may even bring that stuff out on Saturday. It was really good. I cannot deny that. And the people gave me high praise and stuff for it. So nothing current was played at all, except for like a Dua Lipa song, something like that. But I did not record it as a gig log. I didn't think it would be good. Plus, I don't even know if my camera would have overheated. So that one was strictly IG. If you didn't see it on IG, you didn't see it. So, but moving right along. So let me check the room out real quick. I'll go back here. Sounds great. Makes it on point. Thank you guys for watching the video and stuff that just came out earlier this week. It's been doing pretty decent. But that isn't even the best to come. These next 5 that I'm lining up right now from the gigs that I have done towards the end of May and leading all the way up until this past weekend, I think you guys are going to enjoy my mixing even more because it's gotten even better. Like, I went back and watched that video that I just put out, and I was like, I could have done better. And then I see the videos that I've done now, and I'm like, okay, I did better. So you guys will see a big change in the music on the upcoming videos because I really went all in. No fan. That's when roadies come in handy. And I don't even know if a roadie was going to be able to make it. Like, we probably would have had to stop for water and all kind of stuff. You know what I should have done? I should have just had a cooler, my cooler that I took to that one wedding, and just loaded it full of water. I mean, I was able to hydrate. And that's all I was concerned with, is just hydrated. So that was pretty good. Nothing overheated gear-wise, which was good too. Nothing overheated. Laptop was good. Speakers didn't overheat. Fan was running constantly on the speakers. And I didn't use the Maui's. I went to the QSCs on this one. And I get a couple people asking me, why am I going back to the QSCs? Guys, I didn't get rid of the QSCs. The QSCs is an alternative, especially when I'm doing a smaller event. Man, I can't bring those Maui's, man. Those things would take over a room. You know, like this event that I'm going to do this coming up Saturday. The room is very small. You guys have seen me go to it plenty of times, but I'll be taking the QSCs to that one because, I mean, I still use them. I didn't give them away. I didn't sell them. I didn't do anything. However, I will be selling equipment and stuff starting in July. Once these gigs settle down, I think I have a good idea of what needs to go and stuff like that. So just to give you a heads up, I'll be selling, lights. I have some older lights that I don't use that still work great. I also have a SX2 that I'm going to be selling because I don't ever use it. It's got a case, black case and everything with it. So those are just a couple of things that I'll be selling coming up here soon. Probably in July, you'll see me start posting, for that. Let's see. Hello, Roy. That was a good gig log. Appreciate you guys checking out the gig log. I ever thought of getting QSC line arrays? I haven't thought of getting QSC line arrays. They probably will be amazing though, to be honest. Speaker wise, am I going to sell anything? I don't know. I may sell my QSC 152s. I just don't use them. I may sell those. Those are some pretty big speakers, so I may sell them. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I am going to put together some stuff because I got to move this stuff. I got to get rid of this stuff. I have some Chinese uplights and stuff that I'm going to sell too. Not the current ones I use, the old ones that I use, and they are going to be going for a really, really good price because they are older. They need some TLC, so they're going to be going for a really good price. Let me see what else I have here. It's been a busy week, man. It is. I almost feel like it's almost nonstop. I mean, I had to prep for 3 weddings in 7 days, and I've already finished 2, and so this Saturday will be the third one of that 7, and it's been busy. I know some people do Friday, no, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know if I can do that anymore. I think that 2 a week is more than enough. 4 is I would be just completely drained. There's no way I could do that week in and week out. Not at all. So, excuse me. Let me get some water here. Okay, so this coming up weekend, like I said, it's just a smaller wedding, but it is going to be a fun crowd. These guys are they're along the categories where they want to hear more 90s music, period. Or not just hip hop, but 90s rock, 90s pop, 90s, everything. So I have a great mix that I'm going to do for them. And I've been working on putting together another mix for Mixcloud. So you guys get ready for that. If you don't already follow me on Mixcloud, make sure you do so. It's just mixcloud.com, DJ Book. It's DJ Book everywhere. So just go to Mixcloud and follow me there, and I'll be posting some mixes here, especially during the downtime. I have more time to do that. So definitely look out for that. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is thundering and lightning really, really bad here right now. So if I lose power, I'll see you next week. Hopefully I don't, but if I lose power, I'll see you next week. Just want to throw that in there. Now, another thing I will tell you that it's weird. A couple of days that it was supposed to be 100 degrees here, and this is Columbia, South Carolina. I don't know where you guys are. I'm sure it's super hot and stuff wherever you guys are as well. But Columbia, it was supposed to be 102 the other day, and it rained. It just rained the entire day, and it wasn't even in the forecast. It's almost like, higher power was looking out for us because it was scorching hot and stuff outside initially, and then the clouds just flooded the area. And maybe all this rain is a good thing for me. I can tell you that. Hopefully none of you guys are any of those northern states that have lost power. If you have, my prayers go out to you. Hopefully everything will be back up and running. But I mean, that's crazy that, some of the northern states are starting to lose power. It kind of reminds me of when it snowed in Texas. That was nuts too. But yeah, so let me see. Anything else about me before I jump into these questions and check on you guys? I think I covered everything. Yeah, I did. All right, so let's jump into the chat and stuff here and talk to you guys, give you guys some shout outs here. DJ Lord Geo, what's going on? Donnie Collins, what's happening? DJ Romeo Great, what's happening? Xavier Lopez, what's going on? Appreciate the love on the gig log. How to sound on the Bose. DJ Lord Geo, you're going to tell me what Bose you're talking about. Is it the S1 when I used the other day? You just had to let me know. Ever thought of getting QSC line rail? I think I saw that. Any speakers? I saw that. Wow. DJ Big Trav, what's going on? Toledo, Ohio in the building. Go Cowboys. What's happening, man? Can you do a video on budget starter DJ set like 1,500, 2,000? Yeah, that's interesting. I had a guy reach out to me on IG recently, ask me about some speakers and stuff like that, and maybe I should do a budget video. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll add that to the downtime list. Downtime. I'll try to get that done for you. I am wedding. Xavier Lopez in wedding is too much, bro. Way too much. I don't follow DJ Lopez. I didn't understand that. Digital Media Morado. I see a lot of DJs going to ear monitors instead of headphones. Have you ever tried ear monitors? No, I have not. I love the headphones. I like being able to hear what I can do in my ear, because I don't know, the way my brain works is when I'm DJing, I can't have other noise going on around me. I know that sounds crazy, but like I can't hear the crowd. I can't listen to somebody coming to ask me for a request or have just something going on. Like I have to have my earphones on so I'll know what I'm trying to mix from point to point, if that makes sense. Lord Geo, do you prepare crates for each wedding or open format? I usually take my list. Now here's what I usually do, guys. I have a certain amount of songs that I like to play almost no matter what, but I also like to just add to that listing sometimes. So sometimes it'll be a copy and paste. Sometimes I'll add additional stuff to it. So it just depends. But I like to try to create a crate for each and every wedding. So I try to do that. Same here on the weather index 107. That's crazy. 107. Oh, the Bose S1. Bose S1 sounds great. It'll cover at least 100 people. But it usually is used for smaller events. So I would not recommend the S1 if you have 120 plus. I would definitely go higher. Definitely go with like the Maui for that. But the Bose S1 is great for 100 or less. Like if for my event that's coming up Saturday, I would use that. But they already have the ceremony speakers already built into the building, so they don't need me to do that. Stanley Kaufman, what's going on, man? You're here in Colombia. That's sweet. That's what's up. Dope. All right. Good room check. So, yeah, so that is, let me take this off here. Great for jazz cocktail. You know, that picture that I had up of the of that room that I was at on Saturday, that level up, I actually filled that entire room with the Bose S1. And it was a pretty decent sized room that had high ceilings, and the Bose S1 sounded great. It covered everybody in that room. And, you know, I actually had to turn it down a couple of times. Stanley, I just ordered the Maui 5 Go, or the Maui 5. I hope you got it in white. That's one regret I wish I would have done, is gotten it in white. But the Bose S1 is great for that. I'm trying to get away from using iPads and stuff for the most part, because what I'm running into with these summer weddings is when I use an iPad, you have to keep the iPad out of the sun, and you have to keep it away and covered and all that stuff, or it'll overheat. And you do not want to mess up somebody's bridal walk, somebody's recessional, anybody, you know, music for the ceremony with that. So you definitely want to, if you can, get some type of shade to be able to play this music and stuff in. Even though it's Bluetooth, you need to definitely find some shade to keep your iPad in. Let's see here. What else we got here? Any update on the ADJ Wolf Mix? Have you tried it with your movers? Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. All right. So I was able to use the Wolf Mix with my Focus Spot 4Zs, and it worked great. It did fantastic. Now, it's still a learning curve, because you know how I like to angle them both in and have a pattern and stuff on the floor. I haven't mastered how to move them like that, but there's a couple of programs that within it to where you could have it focused on one spot and it can go like this, or you can have them inverted to where they're going like this, or they'll go like this. Like, it has so many different options. Like, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love that Wolf Mix. It makes the world of difference. You got it in black. Well, I mean, nothing wrong with that. Still a great system. I just wish I would have got it in white. I just got a ringing in my ear. Ow. Do you have clients ever want you to play open dance in an exact order, trying to explain to them, reading the room, taking requests and flow? Yes. If you go back to my Tame Chaos video, it's one of the last 7 that I just did. The video is called Tame Chaos. That bride asked me to do that. She wanted specific music played in a specific way, and I tried to do that, and it just the crowd wasn't responding to it. But I could tell during dinner what they were responding to. So what I had to do was, I had to inject a couple of songs that I knew would work, and then play hers, and then knew would work, play her until her crowd caught on to her music. So that's how I had to do that. But yeah, I have had that before. What about the Rev 7? Stanley Kaufman, I am not buying the Rev 7. I have the SM11 and 2 Rain 12s over there in that office. So I will not be buying the Rev 7. I am quite content with my 1000 SRT. I'm good with that. What's happening, Tim Smith? I was thinking about ceremony shade solutions today because the last wedding my gear would have been cooked without a tree. Yeah, but that's nothing you could do because you don't want that to be. You don't want to be blocking anything for the ceremony, so there's really not a whole lot you could do. Lord Geo, where do you get your monograms from? Projectogram. You definitely want to go to Projectogram. Projectogram.com. You could send your clients to mydigitalgobo.com to pick out the why can't I just talk today? They could pick out the style and what they wanted to say, and they just give you the letter of what they want you to, which one they like. They give it to you, and then you go to Projectogram. You go on there, put in the all the information, and put in which letter and everything that they wanted, and then that way they'll give you a price, and you just check out and stuff with that, and they'll create it. So Projectogram is what they give you, and they give you, the good thing about them is they give you about 5 different formats, so that just in case, they don't know what size wall you're putting it on, and you may not know what size wall you're putting it on, so they give you 5 different versions. So I would download all 5 and put that on a thumb drive, and then put it in your projector, and then that way you have 5 to access to whichever one fits the best. What about the Prime 4? No, probably won't be doing that either. It's just, I don't know. I haven't. First of all, I haven't messed with any of these and stuff yet. I don't feel like the Rev 7 is going to give me more than what I have now, and the Prime 4, I haven't messed with it, so I don't think that it's going to give me more than what I currently have now. And like I said, I'm still trying to master the 1000 SRT. So, I still like it. I still like it. Lord Geo, you would like to know a good photo booth. Fire Booth is one. I think that's where I got mine from. Fire Booth is one. There's so many different companies. Just go to Google. Just go to Google. That's what I would check. What's this? You sound stressed, Jay. Scared of the stun. Yeah, I am. And you guys can't hear this. It feels like it's happening right outside the window. That's what's crazy. It is thunder and lightning here really bad. Brian Park, like the salsa photo booth, set it and forget it. Yeah. I think the salsa booth is, I think that you don't print on that. I think that's all digital. I think it sends you something. I can't remember. I can't remember, but I think so. But yeah, that's definitely a good booth. But photo booths, you can actually create yourself one. You can buy the shells from these guys. You don't have to, buy everything that they have. It's convenient to buy everything you have, but I mean, you'd be looking at for a printer, the shell, the inner workings. You'd probably be looking at around $5,000-$6,000 to try to get one of those. And if you sell it a lot, I mean, it makes sense. But I just think the photo booths are like hit or miss. Either your client loves it or nobody is going to want it. And with the emergence of cell phones and all the crazy stuff you can do with cell phones, I mean, when I go back and look at some of the footage from editing, all I'm seeing is girls just like this the whole time. Why would they need a photo booth? This is what they're doing the whole time. So I don't know. Photo booth may be a thing in the past. A couple people have informed me that maybe I would want to look at that 360 booth and stuff. But you think about this. This is what I try to say about that 360 booth. 360 booth is great. It looks great. It's great for when you post. It's great and all that stuff. But can you imagine people at a wedding who are drunk trying to use the 360 booth? I mean, think about that. You have to stand on a platform, stand still, and you're intoxicated. That's just not going to happen. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll let you guys try that. I do want to tell you guys about a mix that I found. A blend that I found. And it's not just one download. But while I'm thinking about it, did anybody try any of the mixes that we talked about last week? Did any of them work at your event trying to mix here? Because I got another one that I want you to try. I think the last one was like, that we talked about last week was like Hip Hop Array into Return of the Mac or something like that. But I found another one, and I want to pull it out and use it again. Like I thought I had it. I thought I captured it on video, but I ended up not capturing it because the camera turned off. But it was... Did you guys know that Footloose, for the chorus part, Footloose will mix with Truth Hurts from Lizzo. So I tried this and it worked twice. So on the first chorus, because everybody loves to listen to the whole thing of Footloose, but I'm going to start shortening it. So this is what I did. I played the first verse, and then right when the chorus was coming in, I took some of the music and stuff out of it and just kind of left more of the voice and dropped Truth Hurts, the beginning of it, and put it on repeat so it wouldn't go into the actual song. So I just had it on a loop, and it worked perfect. And then I came back to Footloose for the second verse, and then the second chorus, I pulled up Lizzo again, and at the end of that chorus, I released Lizzo so that it would go ahead and play into Truth Hurts. So take a blend of Truth Hurts and Footloose and see if that works. That's just your mind, people will be like, what? Just try that. You may want to practice it and stuff before, but try that mix. That's the homework and stuff this week. I want you to try something different in your mixes, but try that mix. I'm giving you one, and as I learn them, I will give you some more, but that is a really good mix. You should definitely see that. And I want to know what the responses were next week. Next week we're on, I want to definitely hear what the responses were. So that's Footloose into Truth Hurts. Let's see. So the photo booths you charge during a wedding? Romeo, great. I'm a little lost on that question. I don't know what you're asking right there. Do I charge? I charge for a photo booth for a wedding. I mean, prior to, if that's what you're asking, yeah, I do. I wonder what kind of insurance you need for 360 booth or a waiver. I have no idea, Donnie. How do you say your name? I'll just call you Mr. Valdez. Don't get the 360 booth after a while. Kids start using it as a park ride. See, It's just a waste of money. It looks cool if you could have sober people use it, but at a wedding, it's not gonna work. I'll try Footloose. Yeah. Footloose Truth Hurts. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, definitely try it out. That's something I'll use next time for sure. Thanks, sir. Have you ever did a boat ride to DJ? Okay, that's an interesting question. Let me tell you, Lord Geo, when you have these questions and stuff about places I've DJ'd at, I've DJ'd at a lot of places that you probably would never imagine a DJ should be at. Like, one of them is a boat. Now, I've DJ'd on a lake with a boat, and I've DJ'd on a dinner cruise. Like, I don't want to say it's a ship because that makes it sound big. It wasn't that big, but it was in Charleston, and I've DJ'd on a naval ship, and that didn't move. It was just stationary, but a girl had a wedding and stuff there. And imagine trying to get your equipment into that place. It was not on the bottom level. It was definitely up some stairs, and I had to get my equipment up there. Nightmare. But yes, I've DJ'd while the boat has been moving, which was quite interesting. Never take a stand to a boat gig. That's rule of thumb. Keep your speakers on the floor. If you can just use one speaker and get away with it, try to do so. I have a gig log. It was one of my early gig logs, where you could see that while I was on the boat. It's very tight quarters on some of these small boats, but I have not been asked to do a boat gig in quite some time. I think that was right around like 2015 that I did that one. Good question. Do you charge the client for the photo booth? Yeah. Photo booths are not free. We definitely charge the clients for photo booth. Sober people only for 360 and breathalyzer. I'll be wearing a life jacket on the boat. Oh man, just got a 360 now. Oh, Kid Cupid, are you just joking? I hope you're joking. I didn't mean to rain on your parade, bro. That's. Let me know how long that lasts. I'm curious. I mean, let's see if it makes it out of 2022 with no issues. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Nah, you should be okay, man. As long as I think if you got an attendant there, you should be okay. I can't do it. I can't. Oh wow, you're not joking. Okay, well, hopefully your attendant helps you out as much as possible. So some of the gear and stuff that I am going to be selling, looks like a couple of you guys are already interested in that stuff. So maybe I should start getting a list together, that some of the gear and stuff that I want to put out there, because I know you guys don't live close, so I need to make sure that I'm able to ship some of this stuff. Like most of the stuff that I'm trying to sell, I need to be able to ship it. So, yeah, I'm gonna need to put something together, because it's not cheap. It's not cheap. I have some ideas and stuff though. I have some ideas. Also, if you're watching today's live feed on the Twisted Transitionz page, please let me know in the chat, just so I can know that everything is working. Everything sounds great. It posted up there for the first time the last time. It's starting to grow. Some of you guys have gone over and followed it. I do encourage you to use the link down below. If I put it down there, I think I put it down there. But use the link to follow Twisted Transitionz, because like I said, soon probably I will be transitioning over to there, and you guys are gonna wonder where the show's at, and it's only on Twisted Transitionz. So please go follow it over there. And start watching it from there too, just so we can make sure that, you know, we keep watching it and keep going to it and stuff like that. So I will be doing that soon. I'm just having it on here because I know we get new viewers and stuff, you know, each time. So just trying to get you guys prepared for that. All right, let's go back into the chat. Let's see. How do you handle requests of a song you don't have? I'll see what I can do. and I'm going to give it to you with a straight face. I'll see what I can do. And if I don't have it, I just don't have it. If it doesn't go with the flow, I won't play it. If I don't know the song, which I know a lot of music. If I don't know the song, maybe pull it up on your phone, try to listen to it real quick to see if it's something that'll fit your groove. If it is, take a second, use your phone as a hotspot, download it real quick, and fire it up. I've done that plenty of times. Or, if you get internet access on your computer, you could use something like Beat Source and try to find it, or you can just download it real quick. Just depends. Good question. All right, what else we got here? I've done Circle Line in New York City with Techniques 1200 with heavy-duty rubber bands so that the waves don't make the skip years ago. Now glad for the controllers. Yeah, I bet you are. Does your camera ever go idle while recording the gig? Good question. DJ Dre That Bull. That's an interesting name. Good question. So it doesn't go really idle. It just turns off. After 30 minutes of recording, it turns off. I've said that I want to take another camera and stuff like that. Like if I took this camera right here that I'm on, I'm just scared somebody knock it over, man. I mean, that's expensive. I could probably replace that Canon G7S, but a G7 GX. Jesus, I just cannot talk today. The Canon camera that I use, the point and shoot, I could replace that one because it's probably only like, I don't know, like $400 and stuff now. It's the Mark II G7X. That's what it is. But yeah, I could probably replace that. So, but I can't. This camera right here is definitely more pricey. I definitely don't want somebody to knock this over because people have knocked over my camera and stuff before, and of course I don't show that and stuff on the gig logs. But yeah, after 30 minutes, that thing just. That's what I'm saying. In my head, I'm trying to DJ it, and I can't set a timer for every 30 minutes. Oh, I need to turn around and fire that thing back up. Like I just if I know I'm going to play like a slow song or something like that, I'll try to restart it there and then hopefully capture that. But man, when I'm going in, I forget all about the camera. You just got a new viewer, Stanley Kaufman. Appreciate you, bro. I say that for songs I don't want to play. I'll check on it. Means hell no. It's a nice way. Are GoPro good to? Oh, GoPro. Okay, that's what you say. Our GoPro. In the next video for next week, you'll see GoPro footage. I've been trying to capture it from different angles so you guys don't have to see the same angle every time. That's the good thing about a GoPro is that it doesn't have if you get a big enough memory card, it doesn't have a record limit until it fills up that card. So if you get a big enough card for it, it's good. But then you also have to get a good battery that's going to last. Now I have an Anchor battery that I connect to it, and it usually lasts pretty good. But I have an old Hero 6 that I'm using, and man, it just, I don't know. Sometimes it works great. Like on the gig you'll see next week, it worked great. But the following week, when I went to pull out the footage, all I had was just blinking lights. That's all that it recorded, just blinking lights. Like not even a live image. It was almost like maybe the thing overheated or something, and the sound's not great. Like, you know how you guys can hear what I'm doing mixing wise on the gig logs and stuff now, but the sound's not great on a GoPro. And I don't think it's meant to be. I think it's just meant to give you that image and stuff. And it's kind of far away. Like when I show you guys from the angle right behind me, it looks fuller, and I'm not zooming in on it. It just looks fuller. When I use the GoPro that's over there in the corner, It's got such a wide angle on it. It covers so much space till it looks like the dance floor is just really, really small, and there's this big space, on the outsides of it. So, I'll use the GoPro as much as I can, because you don't have to. Once you set it up, you can just forget it. So set it and forget it, and it's usually good. So it just depends. What camera do you use to record footage? The Canon G7X Mark II is what I use to film gig logs. I got an instant 360 camera, and it's been easier to record and also able to capture some cool shots and views and to post that. Oh, okay. Somebody else told me to look at that. An instant 360 camera. I mean, what's the record time on that, Brian Park? How long can you record at a time, or is it 30 minutes, or can it record amount of time? I may look into that. It just depends. I have to see what the image looks like on there. I got great footage this past weekend on my iPhone 13. I used the tripod remote start and stop as needed. Use about 3. That's interesting. Because, I have a tripod that I can put my phone on. And because, now I just kind of take the phone and go like this, and I use that for Instagram, for stories. But, man, I could probably capture some of those mixes. Donnie, if you have a name of that tripod, I would love to take a look at it and just see if it's something that I can add to the repertoire. That might be nice. That might be an option. You could set that up, and if there's just one button that I can push and that'll record, that's what I'm looking for. I don't need anything where you got to go in, press a few buttons. I don't want anything like that. I set it up and have my phone as a viewfinder and can press the record button on my phone. See, that just sounds like another step. I already got enough steps happening. Like right in front of me right now, it feels like the Wolf mix. I mean, I've got the Rodecaster and stuff in front of me, and it's just buttons and stuff everywhere, and I can't control that and control what's going on over here. Like, I just get overwhelmed with that. I don't like to do all of that. I like it to be simple. If I can just press a button and go and let it go, that's what I'm looking for. Did you switch from the Maui 5 Go to the Bose S4 for ceremonies? I switched months ago. Maui because I kept getting static. No, I didn't switch. I have both. And one thing you guys have to learn about me, if you don't already know, just because I buy something else for a different part of a wedding or for whatever reason, doesn't mean I just get rid of the other one. So right now the Bose S1 is for smaller ceremonies, and maybe smaller cocktail hours or something like that. And when it's not being used at a wedding, I'm taking it into my office where my turntables and stuff are, and I'm using it as a monitor. So it's always being used in some sort of fashion. And then my Maui 5 Go, I just take it whenever it's a larger crowd, which usually I have about 120 and up, and that's when I usually take it. So I keep that stuff, and I still use it, so I'll never get rid of it and stuff. So I didn't switch. I just kind of go back and forth. That's the same thing I do with speakers. So I'll go from the Maui 44 G2s back to the QSC KW 122. So I just switch. I like variety. I don't like to just stay, doing one thing. I know it a lot. Can you put track list in the description, because my Shazam be bugging sometimes. Man, that's a lot of work, man. I don't know. Lord Chio, I don't know. That's a lot of work. I already do a lot of work for these videos and stuff. That's a lot. I'll see what I can do. It records as long as you have memory card space. Okay, so set it and forget it. That's with the 360 camera. Okay, so I may look into that. I'd start a little before Transitionz On the iPhone 13. Okay. I'm like you. I never get rid of stuff. I still take the Maui for a cocktail, but yeah, and like the stuff that stays stagnant is the stuff like what I'm trying to sell. So I mean, if it just is going to just stay stagnant, then I'll chuck it, or sell it, whatever I need to do. Cool. All right, so I answer one or two more questions and stuff before we get out of here for the week. While we wait on that to come through, don't forget, if you would like to get some behind the scenes of all the stuff that I have going on, check out my Instagram, DJ Book, of course. Also, I have Twisted Transitionz has an Instagram page as well. I usually reference them whenever we're doing these live feeds. We're doing these live feeds every Thursday at 7 p.m. EST. I love when you guys come check it out. And like I said, I'll be moving over to Twisted Transitionz soon. So, also, I'd like to throw out a record pool and stuff out there to you. I've been getting some really good acapella ins, acapella outs from record pool called Heavy Hits. If you don't use them, you may want to consider using them. They have some different versions of some classic songs that I have been downloading recently. Definitely check them out. Heavy Hits, they've got some great stuff, and I like new record pools because I like just a variety of record pools because each one of them give me something different. So I found a lot of great stuff. Like with these next 5 videos that are going to come out over the next 5 weeks, you guys will see that some of the music will be some stuff that you haven't heard me do before. And a lot of that stuff has come from record pools like Heavy Hits, and I've gotten some from Crate Connect. And of course, I still use BPM Supreme and DMS. DMS lately has been, if you don't subscribe to them or don't use them, DMS has had, I don't know if they're just in like a throwback phase, but they've been giving a lot of great versions original versions, but great sound on those original versions of throwbacks from the 80s and the 90s that I've been adding. So definitely check them out. DMS, great choice to be able to get some music and stuff from. I'm telling you guys, I take a day and do my music, like at least the first half. Like I'll probably download for about 4 to 5 hours. That's how I do. Now, I'm not downloading tons and tons of music because there's no need to fill up the library. I'm just talking about things that I know I would use. Let's see. My idea, I guess that's supposed to be ideal party. You, Bar, and Webb killing a club for the night. That would be interesting. Well, you got to, Lord Geo, you can't say that without saying who is the opener, who's the second person, the middle person, and who's the closer. You got to let me know. Who would do that, guys? Let me know in the chat right now. If me, Bar, and Webb were to DJ a club, who would open, who would be the middle, and who would close? And don't worry, you don't hurt my feelings if you don't say I close. It's fine. You won't hurt my feelings. But let me know in the chat before we get out of here. I'm just curious of what you guys think. Man, good looking on the DMS record pool. Just got it this week. Loving it. Great job, Kid Cupid. You'll love it. And you'll love the other ones too. You'll love the other ones. Any more great pool suggestions? Yeah, those 4 that I just talked about are good. I would definitely look into those. They've got some great music. Heavy Hits is like the one I would definitely check out right now. I'll definitely check them out. Kid Cupid, you got me closing. Okay. I'm so new to the game that I just play whole. So, guys, you better tell Mr. Kerry Lawrence that we do not play whole songs here. You know who plays whole songs and stuff right now? Your competition, the bands. The bands play whole songs right now. You can't be playing whole songs. You have got to mix the tracks. People have heard these songs thousands of times. And if you give them a new creative way to hear it, that's how you get rebooked. You should only play to first, chorus, and get out. Unless it's a sing-along, then you can give them 2 choruses or the whole song. Or a slow song is the only one that you should be giving whole songs to. But if you are DJing and you have the place going, you have got to keep mixing. I usually make sure that my crate has about 400 songs or less, maybe even 350 or less and stuff in it. Not because I'm going to play all of those, just because I won't have this face. This, oh God, what to play next? I'll never have that face. I'll always find something, and all those songs are usually catered to multiple crowds and stuff like that. So if it's time to go 80s, 70s, 80s, I've got that in that 350. If it's time to go 90s and 2000s, I've got that in there somewhere. If it's time to go country or pop or rock, I've got all that in there. So you just are never without. You just got to get your bangers all in one folder for that wedding, not just a folder in general, for that wedding. Let's see. Okay, we do like this, a silent party. Each one of y'all do a different genre. Okay, I'm game with that. How about you finally play new songs at your parties? I usually do. Now remember, it's new to them. It may be repetitive to you guys because you're watching the gig logs, but I mean, it's new to them. And these upcoming 5 videos you'll see some different music. Rick would start, Bar would be in the middle, and I need that mixing with Book at the end. Appreciate that. Open, Web, mid, Bar, Book, close. All right. I'm trying to get that, bossy. Hey, take your time. It's a marathon, so it's definitely, you take your time. You don't need to sprint. I'm just giving you what I wish somebody would have told me. Because I was once you, and you can even see it. If you go back to my beginning gig logs, you'll see that I was you. And then now I gotta be quick on my feet. Nope. To whole songs, hot Q. That's what's up. All right, guys. Well, book close. If it works, it works. If not, broke, don't fix it. Hey, that's all you can say, Lord Geo. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you coming out for yet another week. If you would like to see some behind the scenes stuff, follow me on Instagram for this weekend. I'm going to try to gig log it. I don't know. But I do have some gig logs coming out over the next 5 weeks. I've only got 2 more weddings and stuff this month. One's a Sunday and this Saturday. And then we'll be done for June. June will be over, man. I can't believe we're already at the end of June. This is crazy. These months are just flying by. I've got some ideas. I've even gotten a couple of ideas and stuff from this show and stuff today that I'm going to implement to be able to do some more videos. So once I get some more downtime, you'll see a lot more from me from other types of things. So you'll see some how-to videos, you'll see some product review videos, you'll see you'll hear some more mixes on my Mixcloud. You'll get all of that. It's just that I can't do all of that and have my gigs and stuff during the week. So that will be coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. You definitely want to be following me and turn on your notifications so that you know when I'm putting all that up. All right, guys. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Kill your gigs this weekend. Don't forget about the mix that you should try. I definitely want to hear some feedback on how it sounded. Once again, that's Footloose into Lizzo Truth Hurts. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know if it's popping for you. We'll see you next week, same time, 7 p.m. EST, and we out.